Hi, my name is Tina Marshall, and I am coming to you live from the park. And I'm sitting in my car again. Yes, you're probably wondering, what is she doing these videos and she's sitting in her car? Well, the reason I'm sitting in my car is that I'm at lunch, on my lunch break, and I like quiet. I work in a busy office and the phone rings constantly and there's no quiet time and people are coming in and anyway, so it got me thinking, and I recently, about 6 months ago, went back to work in an office where before I was mainly teaching fitness classes and worked from home only. And now I am back in an office setting, and we all know what happens when we work an office job and we don't get to walk around. We're not as active. Maybe you're not running after kids, you're not cleaning the house, or whatever you do when you're not at the office or working. Some people who have like a retail job where they're on their feet, that they get a lot of steps in, probably don't struggle with this quite as much. But I remember years ago when I was working office jobs, banking jobs, where you're basically sitting at a desk, chained to a desk, you know how that feeling, or you're at a banker at a teller row and you're in a cubicle and you don't get much exercise in. And it really plays a havoc on our health and our fitness. And I think that's really what happens with most of us as we get out of high school, go off to college, go to college, get whatever, and then you start in your career or your working world, and you don't. Then you get stuck. You get chained to a desk, or chained to an office, or you have to work and you're standing, you're either on your feet. And if you don't have a physical labor job like a contractor or something like that, it's really hard to keep your weight down and to maintain a physical life. And so what we call, many times when we're looking into fitness programs and trying to recommend a fitness program for someone, we ask, well, what is your lifestyle like? And that's really what it means. We may be busy and we may exercise regularly, but what we're really talking about is, are you sedentary? Do you sit most of the day, or do you just stand most of the day? So, for instance, I would call my life right now sedentary because I'm in an office sitting, and it's really hard to get a lot of steps in when it's a small office space. So I have found that I try to use excuses to get up and move. So that's how I combat that. So we have stairs. Periodically, I'll get up and move around. But I'll tell you, it's really tough. So I will say that I do understand why people are, and I'm not a walker. I'm not one who loves to walk. I would rather, I teach Zumba, I'd rather go dance, or I'd rather do a workout and have half hour, whatever, and be done with my workout. But but a lot of people like to walk and they enjoy it. I'm not really one of those. I like to walk and talk. So if I'm walking and I can visit with someone, that's cool and that's wonderful, but I'm not one who loves to walk. However, I do understand why I see people walking on their lunches, because if you're in an office setting and you're not getting many steps in, that's a great way to get moving. I know some of you are maybe teachers and you're running after kids, or, you're out on the playground with them, and maybe that's an opportunity to take a few extra steps, walking the halls, any excuse you can. So I just wanted to come on here and encourage you to get walking, get moving. I know that in young adulthood, say we're getting off into our careers, and there's a reason that when kids go off to college and they're in college and there's that freshman, what they call the freshman 10, they gain 10 pounds because they were active as young adults, and then they went off to college and they kind of broke free and got that little freedom and lifestyle where they can eat whatever they want and drink whatever they want, and mom wasn't there to watch them. So there's the freshman 10 or 15. And then I also, a term I just heard recently, which goes along with the tax professionals and the bookkeepers and people who are in the accounting world, which is really big right now because we know that what's coming up, this is tax season, and these people are in the thick of it. I'm telling you, don't call them. If you're friends with a CPA or an accountant or a bookkeeper who's working, trying to get somebody else's stuff together, they're busy and they don't got time to talk. But I can guarantee you they're chained to their desk and they're not moving. And they're probably eating terrible. Because I know from experience. And I've heard it. I'm friends with a few of them, and I've kind of heard it. This is a struggle time for them. So this 4 months really for accountants, it really starts in December when people start wanting their services. But so I've heard this is a new term I heard is the tax 15. And that's because they're changing their desk and they're not moving, and they're not making them a priority because they're taking care. I wear it, and I need to start working on getting more steps in myself. So I might have to change that whole I'm not a walker bit on my my off days when I'm not teaching Zumba, and get walking a little bit and get some exercise in. But I just wanted to chat a little bit about that. So sedentary. Are you active? Is your work active? Sedentary means that your daily life is sedentary, you're not working. If you have an active lifestyle, which means you may be chasing kids and you may be all over the place and you don't stop, or you work retail and you're going, or an extra would be that maybe you're construction and you're really moving. So when you look at those fitness programs and they ask if you have a sedentary life, moderate, extremely active, that's what that means. And yeah, so there you go. That's my little take on the sedentary lifestyle and getting moving. So I hope that you found some great information in this, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye.